A parallelogram has many properties, including that opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other, opposite angles are equal to each other, and that the diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. Now, all these properties are proved by theorems, and once we understand the theorem, we don't need to write the whole theorem again. Once we have proved it in a theorem, we can just refer to the theorem and use the property where required. And if you don't know how to prove these theorems, then you have come to the right place. So let's jump into the video right now. Come on, let's go. Hey guys, this is Vikas Sharma welcoming you on behalf of Exponent to Success to yet another of our videos. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, do subscribe to it right now and do not forget to click on the bell notification too. Now I've also divided this video into different chapters, so you can just click on the description below and click on the timestamps and you'll be taken to the different chapters theorem wise. So you can click on whatever theorem you want to watch, click on that timestamp and you'll be taken to there directly. Right, so this is part 2 of the video about theorems about parallelograms, and if for some reason you haven't seen the part 1, I recommend you should see the part 1 first and then come back to this video. And to watch the video, just click on the link given on the top right corner of your screen and you'll be taken to part 1 of the video about theorems about parallelograms straight away. Right, so in the last video we had proved the theorem that in a parallelogram opposite angles are equal, and in this video we are going to continue with that. So we have got 4 theorems left. So the next theorem that we have, if you want to write it down, you can pause the video and write so. So the theorem is, as you can see on your screen, if in a quadrilateral both pairs of opposite angles are equal, then it is a parallelogram. And so as always, let's start with a parallelogram. So let's say that this is a, no, this is not a parallelogram, this is a quadrilateral we have, but since we are going to prove it that it's a parallelogram, we'll just draw it like a parallelogram. Right, so this is what I have. This is a quadrilateral and we know that opposite pairs of angles are equal to each other. That's what has been given to us. So we know that, okay, let me first of all name the parallelogram. So let me call this A, B, C and D. Now what we have been given is that both pairs of opposite angles are equal. So let's say that this angle is equal to this angle. I'll mark it with a different color, and this angle is equal to this angle. Right, so we'll go ahead and prove that if opposite angles in a quadrilateral are equal, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So we know that according to the angle sum property of quadrilaterals, we know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees. Or we can say that since angle A is equal to angle C, so in fact I should have started with that angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. So this is what we have. Now using this, if angle C is equal to angle A, then I can substitute the value. Instead of angle C, I can use angle A only, and instead of angle D, I can use angle B. So I can rewrite this as angle A plus angle B. Now substituting the value, so instead of angle C, I'm going to write angle A again, and instead of angle D, I'm going to write angle B again. That is going to be 360 degrees. No dispute about that because we have already been given this. So we have just substituted the values. We haven't done anything else. Now that gives me 2 times angle A plus 2 times angle B is equal to 360 degrees. Or I can say that, factoring out 2, I can say that 2 times angle A plus angle B is equal to 360 degrees. Now dividing both sides of the equation by 2, I get that angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Now let's see in the figure which is angle A and which is angle B. So we have got angle A here and angle B here. So if these two add up to 180 degrees, now if we see that AD is a line and BC is a line and AB is a transversal which is intersecting both these lines, and then angle A and angle B are co-interior angles. So I can write this that but angle A and angle B are co-interior angles. And we know that if co-interior angles are equal, then we can easily conclude that the lines are parallel. So we can say therefore AD is parallel to BC. Right, so one part of the theorem is done, that we proved that AD is parallel to BC. So we can write that here, AD is parallel to BC, and let me remove the rest of the things here. The second part we need to prove. So again we start with this, that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degrees. There's no doubt about that, because that's just the angle sum property of a quadrilateral. So now this time I'm again going to substitute the values, but a little differently this time. So we know that angle B is the same as angle D. So instead of angle D, I can write angle B. And we know that angle A is the same as angle C. So instead of angle A, I will write it as angle C now. So angle C plus angle B plus angle C plus, instead of angle D, now I'll write it as angle B. That is equal to 360 degrees. That means 2 times angle B plus 2 times angle C is equal to 360 degrees. Factoring out 2, I get 2 times angle B plus angle C is equal to 360 degrees. And then dividing both sides by 2, I get angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Now we can again see that angle B is this one here and angle C is this one here. So AB and CD are two lines and BC is a transversal between them. So we can say that but angle B and angle C are co-interior angles. And we know that co-interior angles, if in a pair of lines are equal, then the lines are parallel to each other. So therefore we can easily conclude that therefore AB is parallel to CD. So we can again write that here, AB is parallel to CD. So now how have we proved that AD is parallel to BC? So that means this line is parallel to this line and AB is parallel to CD. So that means this line is parallel to this line. Now let's come to the next theorem that we have. The next theorem says that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. You can write that down if you want. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So to do that, let me start with another parallelogram. This time we need to prove that diagonals of a parallelogram, they bisect each other. Now since we are going to talk about diagonals, let me draw the diagonals of this parallelogram also. So let's say I've got a diagonal here and I've got a diagonal here. Now let me name the parallelogram also. Let me call this parallelogram A, B, C and D. Now what we are going to prove is that the diagonals, they bisect each other, which means that this should be equal to this and that this should be equal to this. Now since we know that this is a parallelogram, we can easily say that this line is parallel to this line and that this line is parallel to this line. So that goes without saying. It's the definition of parallelograms that the opposite pairs of lines are going to be parallel to each other. So we know that. So now let's look at in triangle. So let me write it as in triangle. So we are looking at two triangles here. So let me name this center point as O. So we are looking at two triangles. We are looking at this triangle here on top and this triangle here at the bottom. So in triangle AOD and triangle, so we have got this triangle BOC. Now what can we say about these triangles? Well, we can say that if AD is parallel to BC and BD is a transversal between them, then we can say that this angle here should be equal to this angle here, as they are the co-interior angles. So I can write it as that angle OBC. So OBC is the same as angle ADO. ADO. What else can we say? So we again know that AD is parallel to BC and AC is also a transversal between them. So if AC is a transversal, then this angle here should be equal to this angle here. Again, let's write that relationship. So we can say that angle OCB is equal to angle BAO. Well, if you see the part 1 of the theorem, you know that opposite sides in a parallelogram are also equal to each other. So we can say that AD is equal to BC. So let's write that also AD is equal to BC. Now what do we have here? Let's see. So OBC, this angle, so this is an angle that we have. OCB, that again is an angle, and AD is equal to BC, that is a side. And if you see these two angles and there's a side in between, so we can say by ASA congruency rule, triangle AOD, so name this carefully, AOD is congruent to triangle, which one? So AOD, so this angle is with the double mark here, and so we'll start with this angle here with the double mark, and then we'll go towards the center. So that is congruent to triangle COB. Now once we proved that these two triangles are congruent to each other, what can we say about the sides, about the corresponding sides in each triangle? So we can say that AO is equal to CO and AD is equal to BC, that we already know, and we know that OD is equal to OB. Right, so what did we have to prove? That AO is equal to CO, that has been proved, and we had to prove that OD is equal to OB. So that also has been proved, because BD is a diagonal and AC is a diagonal which are meeting at center point O, and O is the midpoint of both BD as well as AC. So that means the diagonals bisect each other, which we have already proved. Let's go on to the third theorem of the video, and the third theorem says, you can again write it down, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it is a parallelogram. So this is again the converse of the theorem that we had just proved. So again, let's start with the quadrilateral, but since we have to prove it like a parallelogram, let's draw it like a parallelogram only. Let's name the quadrilateral as ABCD as always. And we have been given that the diagonals bisect each other. So let me draw the diagonals also. So I've got this one diagonal BD and the other diagonal AC. And we have been given that they bisect each other, so that means this is equal to this and this is equal to this, and let me call this center point as O. Right, so how are we going to prove that this is a parallelogram? Well, to do that, what I'm going to take again these two triangles here, one on the top AOD and the second on the bottom BOC. So we say that in triangle AOD and triangle BOC, what do we have? We know that BO is equal to OD, and we know that that has been given to us, so we can write that given. We know that AO is equal to OC, AO is equal to OC, that again has been given to us. And we know that this angle here is equal to this angle here. So we can write that angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. Now how are they equal? Because they are vertically opposite angles. So I can just write that here, vertically opposite angles. So what do we have here? We have BO and OD. So these are sides of a triangle. So we've got a side here, AO and OC. These are again sides. So I've got side here, and this angle, that's an angle. So, and you see that the angle is included between these two sides. So I can say that these two triangles are congruent. So by SAS congruence rule, we can say that triangle AOD is congruent to, so again AOD, so we are going from the single mark to the double mark, so we'll start with here COB, so that's congruent to triangle COB. And what about the congruence of parts? Well, if we look at this, we can say that angle OAD, that should be equal to angle OCB. OAD is this angle here. OAD, that should be equal to angle OCB, which is this angle here. So then we can again write that, but angle OAD and angles OCB are co-interior angles. And you know that when the co-interior angles, they are equal to each other, then we can conclude that the lines are parallel to each other. So they are co-interior, where AD and BC are the two lines and AC is the transversal. So we can say that therefore AD is parallel to BC. So this is parallel to this. And the same way we can go on to prove that these two triangles AOB, so triangle AOB is also congruent to triangle COD. And then you can talk about these angles. So you can say that this angle is equal to this angle here. So then you can say that AB, therefore AB is parallel to CD. And therefore we can say that if AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC, then obviously the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. And now let's come to the last theorem of the video. So the last theorem says that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. A quadrilateral is a parallelogram if a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So again, let's start with a quadrilateral. And let's name the quadrilateral too. So let's say this is A, B, C, D. Now what do we know about this quadrilateral? We know that a pair of opposite sides is equal and parallel. So we don't know that both pairs are equal and parallel, but we know just one pair is equal and parallel. So let me say that AD is equal to BC and AD is also parallel to BC. Now with this condition known, what can we do? Well, let's start by drawing a diagonal. So let me say that BD is a diagonal. Now a diagonal divides a quadrilateral into two triangles. So I've got two triangles here. So let me start with that in triangle ABD and the other triangle is BCD, triangle BCD. What do we know? That AD is equal to BC. So AD is equal to BC. We are given that. And since the lines are also parallel to each other, AD is parallel to BC. So therefore we can say that this angle here should be equal to this angle here. So we can say that angle ADB is equal to angle CBD, co-interior angles. And we know that BD is equal to BD because that is the common side in both the triangles. So BD is equal to BD. Therefore, if AD is equal to BC, AD is equal to BC, that's a side. This is an angle that we have, and this is a side again. And if you see that this angle is between this side and this side, which are the sides that we have taken into consideration, which means that this angle is the included angle. So therefore, by SAS congruence condition or congruence rule, we can say that triangle ADB is congruent to, so triangle ADB is congruent to triangle CBD. Now to prove that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram, we need to prove that AB is parallel to CD. Now, so once we have got this congruence in place, we can say that this angle here should be equal to this angle here because they are congruent angles. So we can say that therefore angle ABD is equal to angle CDB. We can say by CPCT, which again stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So if they are equal, AB and CD are the lines and BD is the transversal. So, and therefore we can conclude that AB is parallel to CD. So this means that this is parallel to this. And that's what is the definition of a parallelogram, that if opposite pairs of sides are parallel to each other, then it's a parallelogram. So we were already given that one pair of sides was parallel to each other. And now that we have proved that the other pair of sides are also parallel to each other, therefore we can say that ABCD is a parallelogram. So once again guys, if you found the video to be interesting, you liked it, then please show your love by liking the video. And if you're new to the channel, then you can just click my photograph here and you will get subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss out on any future content from us. And you can watch these videos showing up on the screen, and I assure you, you're going to like them very much. Take care. God bless.